Calling the meeting to order, the 5:30 council meeting, finance committee meeting on November 18th. We got a few people here. We got Brian Connors, we got Maria Perez, Brian Keenan, and Lindsay on remote. And here we have Steve Lonergan, Kathy Bono, Roy Goodman, and Sequoia, right?
Yep.
Working on it, working on it. And myself. So do you guys have the agenda?
Yes.
Yes.
There's a few here. You need one, Pat?
No, I got one. Thank you.
Got one. All right, well, let's get rocking then. First one, fiscal year 25 Shine Grant increase. Somebody here to speak on that.
That would be me. This is for Elder Affairs. This is a grant for the Shine program, which help individuals with Medicare. They sent us a grant already for the year that was approved by City Council for like 72,000. This is an amendment. They're giving an increase. So now we can hire an assistant person, and then also for additional training that she does with her volunteers. Because she's been without an assistant now since August. Because
And that's under you, but it's someone else in your operation.
That is correct. It was one of our division, the Shine division,
Shine.
but they're under Elder Affairs.
Now, who is the person that runs it?
Alicia Germain,
Alicia.
she's been with this program for a number of years.
Nice. So she's gonna have an increase of 80 grand and you'll be able to hire somebody.
She'll be able to hire an assistant
Excellent.
as well. Because right now, she's the only person, she covers all of Hannum County, and she has like about 32 volunteers in the program that helps out in different locations.
All right, any questions from anybody?
Yeah,
EPA
Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, Maria.
Oh, yeah, Maria, of course, go ahead.
So for how many years is this contract?
It's a yearly contract, so we've been getting it. Well, I've only been with the department for 8 months, but they've had the Shine program for over a decade or longer. Under Elder Affairs.
Thank you.
This contract is for 1 year.
Thank you.
Right,
Thank
that
you,
we-
Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Maria. Anybody else? Okay, thank you, everybody. Let's move on to item 2, Fire Emergency Management Performance Grant, 71,000.
That would be me.
Sequoia, you're the grant guy.
I am.
Right.
So this is a grant from MEMA that our fire department receives annually. And it is typically for supplies to prepare for any hazards. This year, they'll be purchasing a set of 4 portable struts, 2 air lifting bags, and 28 portable thermal imaging cameras. The portable struts and the 2 air lifting bags will be used for any vehicle extractions along the roadway or any construction related extractions that are needed. And the 28 portable thermal imaging cameras will be equipped to the fire trucks in Springfield.
Okay. And you're in sync with, it's BJ.
Yes, BJ.
So do you do the grant writing for BJ or? we just
They
kind of-
usually do it. I work on managing it, overseeing it, making sure they spend the money, that kind of thing.
Okay.
Yep.
Good, so you're feeling good about this one?
I am.
All right,
Don't worry
good.
about it.
Good, anybody out there got questions? Any kind? All right, seeing none, moving on to number 3, COPS Anti-Methamphetamine Program Grant. That's a lot of words and syllables there. $10,000. Is this you also, Sequoia? No?
I think that's Brian.
Oh, Brian's here, gotcha. Brian Keenan, we got you?
Sure, Council. That grant's a $10,000 grant from the Mass State Police Department of Justice. It gives us $10,000 to work specifically on methamphetamines with the state police, and funds for investigations and targeting people selling methamphetamines in Springfield.
If we didn't have the grant, would we still be doing some of that work?
We were always doing it, but this augments, this allows us to have people here on overtime work in conjunction with the state police. And there's no match to it either. It's a gift from this, there's nothing, doesn't cost the city anything.
Good. Have we gotten it in the past, Brian?
We have.
Yeah, okay. That sounds good. So you're in sync with that. Anybody got questions for Brian on this? Sounds good, Brian. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yep. Parks Department was a biggie, donation, $2,300. Lindsay, you usually know a little bit about these.
I think so.
I can speak to that one.
Oh, you can, Sequoia, all right.
Yep.
Lindsay, you're lucky you got Sequoia here.
I know. It's
You know,
nice.
all the stuff would always fall, that nobody knew anything about, would always fall to you.
Yeah.
I know.
I'm lucky enough now to speak to him.
Good.
So this is a donation from John Zeb for a bench at Forest Park.
Oh, I saw John Zeb's name on the thing. He's an old buddy of mine. He really gave money to buy a new bench for Forest Park.
Yep. Small world.
Yeah, he's been doing a lot of, he grew up on Bridle Path Road and he loves East Forest Park, like beyond love. He gives trail, he takes people on hikes in East Forest Park, shows us the waterfall. Honestly, he's been ubiquitous the last couple of years. In his love of East Forest Park and took Frank Ryan on hikes and stuff. I know him, and I saw his thing, so this is for Forest Park?
Yep.
New bench at Forest Park.
Yes, indeed.
Will you be talking to him again?
I know personally.
You don't know.
But yeah, maybe.
I just wanna bust him and say he's such an East Forest Park guy. Why didn't they give a little money to East Forest Park? No, I know John, he's, that's good. Is it specific bench in a specific location, like?
I'm not sure the specific location, but I can look into it and let you know.
Well, you don't need, if you want to, and you wanna let me know, I'd love to be able to talk to John about it, and I probably won't forget to call him. That's cool. All right, so the donation was specific to that was the amount that was needed.
Yep, to get the bench, correct.
Nice. Is it gonna get named after him or anything? Is it like?
I
gonna
assume
say
so. I assume there's a
Donated
plaque or
by or
something on it. Yeah, probably something dedicated to him.
John drives an old Mercedes Benz, like one you haven't seen shaped before. He's kind of an old classic kind of guy. Drives his Mercedes Benz, which like you've never seen one before like that. Good guy. All right, donation of goods to the Springfield Library Department. Video magnifier,
Yep, that'd be me as well.
right?
So it's a donation of a video magnifier. The estimated value is 2,500. That's probably why you're seeing that dollar amount. And its intended use is to help low vision people read documents, books, and a teaching tool to allow learners to improve visibility in the subject matter.
So it actually helps people read the thing.
Correct.
Nice. Who just came in? Susan, hi.
Sorry.
You're welcome to stay.
No, I'm here. Just trying to fix your camera. It's supposed to follow the voice and it's just got hacked. So
Hey, you're always trying to hog
we're the
the
center of
center of
attention.
attention. All you accountants love that, don't you?
Pat, you wanna sit over here?
Yeah, come over here, Pat.
See if the camera follow you.
Snuggle
Yeah,
over
it's gonna follow him over here.
It's still following him.
All right, video magnifier. You were referring to a dollar amount. Where is the dollar? amount?
Oh, okay, I wasn't sure if it was on there.
Uh,
Okay, yeah, but it's worth estimated value of 2,500.
No, we knew it was John Zeb who gave the bench.
Yep.
We know who gave the
Yeah, Jerry Felix.
Gary Felix.
Yeah, I don't know if you know Jerry Felix.
That's nice. Thank Gary if you see him. Nice. All right, all these people investing in Springfield's good. Number 6, PEG Act. I never get this PEG access and cable related. This is all the Comcast money, I say.
Yes, Counselor, I can take that one. So this is the quarterly PEG access payment that we pass through to Focus Springfield.
And is it, roughly the same amount every quarter?
Yeah, it is roughly the same amount every quarter. Last quarter was 145,000. This quarter is 137,000.
And like when we had that upgrade, like the new microphones or whatever we have that, to improve the sound where we couldn't hear anybody for a while. Where does that get paid for by Steve Carey out of this money?
It should, yes.
Okay. You know how much all that was, that upgrade stuff? You know what it was, Kathy?
I don't know a total of cost.
I mean, it works better. It works way better. I couldn't hear people for like 2 years. I don't mean, I'm exaggerating a little, but not that much. So that's good. And is it working from, by the way, from you guys' standpoint, is it better? It's better from my standpoint. Kathy, you were saying you sat in the back one meeting and
You couldn't hear anything, so
Couldn't
you
hear
can
anything.
definitely hear it much better. I mean, it's still, there's still some struggle if they're not looking at you, but it's definitely 100% better from the last time.
it's good.
Actually, people on Zoom can hear perfectly. Whereas
That was
in
one
that,
of
the
them.
acoustics in that room is, sometimes I think.
Yeah, that was the irony when I zoomed in from Ireland last year. I heard it perfectly clear in Ireland. It's 4,000 miles apart away, but it
Yeah, I was
20
standing there and I couldn't hear
20
anything.
feet away, you couldn't hear a thing.
No.
So anyway, that's good. Okay, free cash, the various deficits, 99 grand. Is this last year's free cash or is this?
No,
new?
it's the F-24 free cash and DOR requested, these are old grant accounts that had deficit balances that weren't able to draw down. I worked on grants for years and there's sometimes a timing issue. Checks aren't cashed, you can't turn in for reimbursement, et cetera. So these are old grants back from FY 14, 15 that eventually you have to raise, and that's one of the uses of free cash. And DOR asks us to clear up these old accounts.
That and tax relief. It's a little joke, it's a little humor for us
I
here.
didn't really laugh, but I
On a
probably could.
Monday, on a Monday.
Will I be laughing tomorrow?
What?
Will I be laughing tomorrow?
I hope so.
But yeah, it does happen, the timing issues with grants, putting in for reimbursement and when you send out, get invoices, so this is 99,000 that we have to raise from free cash to clear these deficits.
So of last year's 24 free cash, we had gotten it to the point where there was 5 or 6 grand left. And it was for the water thing, the $5,000 expenditure for the water. The new whatever was done there. And then we were hoping to get that money and we only got some, we just got a little bit of money, right, for the.
For Abbey Brook,
For Abbey Brook, yeah.
we only, out of the 4.8 million, we only received 750,000 from either FEMA or MEMA, but there was another funding source that, it's not gonna be a lot, but Chris Signoli is working with now that we think we will get some. So we're still waiting for that final number right now.
Okay, and but there was 4.8 million set aside
There
and
was money set aside, yeah.
so there's still 4 million.
There's still money set aside for Abbey Brook. We just don't want to touch it and come in front of you until we have the final number. And Chris Signoli is working with, and I don't recall the funding source right now.
No, that's all right,
MassDOT or
but-
something.
So,
he's
so
working-
that still sits in free cash till you
Yes.
come to us
Yes,
for an appropriation or
yes,
something.
yep.
Do you know what's in free cash? Is there more than just that roughly or 5 million?
Well, that was FY 23 free
It was
cash,
20.
and that was all gone. The
Oh, that
mayor
was
put the Abbey
23.
Brook, and then he committed the last million to the tax relief for this year.
Okay. That's the million that Patrick and I were talking about a couple hours ago.
And the mayor said he would work with you, and that's why he committed the $1 million that was left in the 23 free cash.
Okay. Great, thanks. So 24 free cash is what we just got, right?
Yes.
Do we have it yet?
Yes, we do.
Okay. And we don't need to talk about it here, but I was mixed up, so 24 free cash. This coming out of 24 free cash, that's the first. Maybe
The
one-
lawsuit for the 3.3 million came out of that also, Counselor.
it did. Out of the new free cash. Okay. All right, bills of prior year. 12 grand. Anything, Lindsay, anything for us to know about that?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, bills of prior year. So this is just 3 invoices. We have 2 from law, 1 from elections, totaling just over $12,000. And we're just requesting to use FY25 funding to fund the invoices from FY24 and 1 from FY23.
So we're gonna use regular budget money, not free cash.
That's right.
Okay. Any questions from anybody? Any concerns? Thank you, Lindsay. Supplemental budget decrease in charter school tuition state aid. This always confuses me, so,
Sure,
Is-
I can speak to this one, Counselor.
yeah, okay.
So when the final state budget came, the charter school tuition state aid was a little bit less than we had used to budget the school department's budget with. So what we have to do is we have to reduce the amount of revenue we have coming in and therefore reduce expenses on the school side. So that's just what this order is doing.
So it's less money, so there's less stuff that can be funded.
They're taking it out of their reserve for contingency line, so there's no services that are being affected. It's $142,000. That is gonna reduce their reserve for contingency line.
And the they is the charter school or the
The school department.
school department? Okay, any questions? I see Melvin and LeVar. I'm sorry I didn't acknowledge you before, but you guys have any questions or anything? You only got 1 item left here, I think.
No, I'm good, Counselor. Thank you.
Thank you, LeVar. All right, decertification of a TIF for Snapland. Is this like a Brian Connors type item or?
Yes, and he's on council.
Yeah, I'm here, Counselor.
There you are.
Yeah, this is, as you may know, Snap Chef and Loophole, the property has been sold, and both are vacating the property. So they have, the TIF has to be formally decertified. In your packet is a letter from from Snap Chef, volunteering to decertify the TIF.
So is it initiated by them or initiated by?
It's
us?
initiated by us, but they provide that as well, just to say that they're in agreement with decertifying the TIF.
I remember Snap Chef. They had this offered services at something a few years ago. I can never figure out their model, how they were making money, but were they tied in with Loophole?
Yeah, so they partnered on this project. Snap Chef was going to be located in the upper floors of that building. They do training for culinary jobs. And then Loophole was taking the first and the second floor, which they had, as you may know, they had already opened and had been open since the spring.
And they just went belly up or what? Or they
Yeah,
still?
and it's unfortunately the project cost a lot more than they had thought. They had to take on a pretty major repointing of the building, and they just felt like they needed to get their money back and sold it. They both hope to relocate in Springfield again.
Is this the building that was kind of by itself over on Taylor
Yeah.
Street?
Yeah.
So they put, I mean, in the old days, that was Jukebox Saturday Night or something going way back. But none of you probably remember that but me, but wasn't it a church?
It was, yeah, and for the longest time it had a Pioneer Valley Brew Pub sign on it. So I think it was that for a brief period, and then yeah, City Church bought it. These folks, I'm sorry, Snap Chef and Loophole bought it from City Church, and now they've just sold it in October to a new owner.
Do you know what that owner's plans are?
We don't, I mean, I've heard a couple of things. We have not met them yet. We don't know a lot about what their plan is at this point.
Is there all the, at one point it was a brewery, maybe it was a brewery a couple times. Is the brewery equipment still in there and stuff?
Loophole's brewery equipment is in there, but they're, I think, actually, that's probably all moved out at this point. I think they had to get it all out by about a month ago.
Okay, that's too bad. All right, so what would be you know, TIFs sometimes are problematic, and I'm guessing that this one is not. But Because you're not asking for a TIF, you're getting rid of a TIF, but what does this mean to us to get rid of this TIF? Or is there a financial benefit to us, or is there?
Yeah, there's no, so we did, assessors has reviewed, they have not gained any benefit from the city yet. This was the first year of the exemption schedule, so there's no impact to the city other than, you know, we don't have to provide that benefit for the next 5 years that we had planned on.
So the
And the
building,
building received the investment that it had planned to get, so the investment was made anyway, and the city is now not, you know, having to do the exemption schedule. What's lost is obviously the two businesses there and the jobs that were being created.
was this Aaron Saunders, was he involved in it?
Yeah, he was a partner as well, yeah.
I remember when there was that big splash of doing it. All right,
And,
well,
and we are aware that, you know, Loophole is looking hard for a retail location in Springfield. I would expect they'll find a place here soon.
well, at Ward 7, we have a Stop and Shop.
Yeah.
We have a Walgreens, and we have a People Savings Bank. I'm not sure any of them are appropriate uses, but they're all vacant,
Yeah.
unexpectedly. So, all right. Anybody else got comments on it? Anything else? No big issues, Sequoia? Oh, you're the man now. You're the catch all the
We wish.
catch all the stuff. Oh, give it time. Just give it a little time. I know your name today.
Yeah.
Pretty good. So anyway, is it 5:54? Yeah, anything else we need to talk about?
You covered it all.
We covered it. For you, for sure. All right, guys, we'll call it the meeting adjourned. Thank you for your help in completing it.